My daughter-in-law reached across the kitchen and grabbed my wife by the arm, looked her in the eyes. Go clean. Like she was nobody. My son set down his cup, looked at the ceiling and walked out of the room. I took my wife's hand, walked her to the car, opened her door, sat down beside her. By the time we pulled out of the driveway, I pulled out my phone. With just a few taps, her luxurious, arrogant life was about to collapse. We were at Marcus and Vanessa's house, Sunday afternoon, family dinner. Sophia had offered to help clean up after lunch. She was at the sink, rinsing plates, when Vanessa walked over. Vanessa didn't ask, didn't say please, just grabbed Sophia's arm, pulled her away from the sink. Go clean, she said, pointed at the living room. The living room floor. Amelia spilled juice earlier. It's sticky. Sophia froze. Her hands were still wet. Soap suds dripping onto the tile. I was sitting at the kitchen table. Saw the whole thing. Marcus was standing by the coffee maker. He set down his cup, looked at the ceiling, walked out of the room. Didn't say a word, just walked out. Vanessa was still holding Sophia's arm. Did you hear me? Sophia's face went red. Yes, I'll clean it. Good, Vanessa said. Let go. Walked back to the counter, picked up her phone like nothing had happened. I stood up, walked over to Sophia, took her hand. We're leaving. Gerald, I can just... No. I looked at Vanessa. She was scrolling through her phone, didn't even look up. Get your purse, we're leaving. Sophia started to say something else. Stopped. Nodded. We walked to the front door. Marcus appeared from the hallway. Dad, wait. Where are you going? Home. But we haven't had dessert yet. Vanessa made... I don't care what Vanessa made. I opened the door. We're leaving. I walked Sophia to the car, opened her door. She got in without a word. I walked around to the driver's side, sat down, started the engine. As we pulled out of the driveway, I looked back once. Marcus was standing in the doorway, arms crossed, watching us leave. Vanessa was behind him, still on her phone. We drove for 10 minutes in silence. Then Sophia spoke. I shouldn't have offered to help. Stop. Gerald, Sophia, stop. I gripped the steering wheel. You didn't do anything wrong. You offered to help because that's who you are. And she treated you like hired help. Maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe she didn't mean. She grabbed your arm and told you to go clean, like she was giving orders to the help. But maybe... She grabbed your arm, Sophia. Sophia looked out the window. Didn't say anything else. When we got home, she went straight to the bedroom. I heard the door close, heard her moving around, then silence. I sat in my office, opened my laptop, pulled up my banking dashboard. 6 years ago, when Marcus and Vanessa got married, they were broke. Marcus was making $42,000 a year at a credit union. Vanessa was between jobs. They wanted to rent a house in a good school district for when they had kids. Wanted to start a family right away. I'd sat down with Marcus, asked him to show me his budget. He couldn't afford the house he wanted, not even close. So I made him an offer. I'd pay the rent, directly to the landlord. He wouldn't have to worry about it. He could focus on building his career, saving money, getting stable. Dad, I can't let you do that, he'd said. You're not letting me do anything. I'm offering. Take it or don't. He took it. Then Amelia was born. Daycare was expensive, $1,200 a month. Marcus was stressed. I told him I'd handle it, pay it directly. He didn't need to worry. Then health insurance. His employer plan was garbage, high deductible, barely covered anything. I added them to my federal retiree plan. Cost me $800 a month. I told him it was free, a benefit of my military service. He believed me. Over 6 years, I'd paid out $317,000. Rent, daycare, insurance, sometimes groceries when things were tight, sometimes car repairs. Marcus knew about some of it, not all of it, and Vanessa knew even less. She thought Marcus's $68,000 salary was covering everything. She thought they were doing fine on their own. She had no idea that without me, they'd be living in a one-bedroom apartment and drowning in debt. I pulled out my phone, opened my contacts, found Bradley Kemp, my financial advisor, the man who managed all my accounts, who set up the automatic payments 6 years ago. I didn't call, not yet, just stared at his name. Then I thought about Sophia's face, the way Vanessa grabbed her arm, the way Marcus walked out of the room. I called. Bradley answered on the second ring. Gerald, Everything okay? I need you to cancel some payments. Effective immediately. Which ones? All of them. Everything going to Marcus. Rent, daycare, insurance, everything. Silence. Then, Gerald, are you sure? That's a lot of monthly obligations. If you pull that support without warning, I'm sure. Can I ask why? No. Another pause. Okay. I'll process the cancellations tonight. The landlord and daycare will get notices tomorrow. Insurance will lapse at the end of the billing cycle. That's 2 weeks from now. Fine. Gerald, this is going to create a crisis for them. You know that, right? I know. Just making sure you've thought this through. I have. We hung up. I sat there for a long time, staring at the screen. Then I closed the laptop. Sophia came out of the bedroom around 8. Her eyes were red. Are you hungry? She asked. No. She nodded, started to walk back to the bedroom. Sophia. She stopped, turned around. This isn't your fault, I said. I know. Do you? She didn't answer, just went back to the bedroom. I sat in the dark office until midnight, thinking about what I'd just done, thinking about what was going to happen when Marcus got the notices. I didn't feel good about it, but I didn't feel bad either. I just felt certain. The first notice arrived on Tuesday. Email from the property management company. Rent payment for April had failed. Please update payment information within 5 business days or late fees would apply. I know because Bradley called me. The landlord just sent an automated notice. Marcus is going to see it today. Good. Gerald, are you planning to tell him what you did? When he asks. He's going to be blindsided. He should have thought about that before he let his wife treat Sophia like garbage. Bradley sighed. Okay. Just be ready. This is going to get messy. Marcus called me Wednesday morning. Dad, something's wrong with the rent payment. Did you change banks or something? No. Well, the payment didn't go through. Can you check your account? Marcus, I canceled the payment. Silence. Long silence. What? I canceled the rent payment, and the daycare payment, and the insurance. Dad, what the hell? Why? Because I'm done subsidizing your life while your wife treats mine like a maid. What are you talking about? Sunday, your house. Vanessa grabbed Sophia's arm and ordered her to clean your floor. You saw it happen. You walked out of the room. Dad, that's not... She was just asking for help. Sophia offered to help clean. She grabbed her arm and said, go clean. Like she was giving orders to the help. You're overreacting. Vanessa didn't mean anything by it. Then why didn't you say something? Why did you walk away? Marcus didn't answer. I've been paying your rent for 6 years, Marcus. $2,400 a month. I've been paying Amelia's daycare. $1,200 a month. I've been covering your health insurance. $800 a month. That's over $4,000 every single month. Do you know how much that is annually? Dad, I thought you were just helping with rent. You thought wrong. Or you didn't want to think about it. Either way, it's done. I'm not paying anymore. Dad, please. I can't afford the rent on my own, or the daycare. We'll lose the house. We'll have to pull Amelia out of school. Then you'd better figure something out. What am I supposed to tell Vanessa? Tell her the truth. Tell her that without me, you can't afford the life she thinks you're living. She doesn't know. His voice cracked. She doesn't know you've been paying all this. No, you never told her. I assumed you had. But now I realize you let her think you were covering it all on your own. Because she'd be furious if she knew I couldn't provide for our family without help. Then you should have provided. Or married someone who didn't expect you to live beyond your means. I hung up. He called back. I didn't answer. He called again. Again, 5 times in an hour. I turned my phone off. Sophia came into my office. Was that Marcus? Yes. What did he say? He asked me to keep paying. I said no. She sat down in the chair across from my desk. Gerald, I don't want you to walk away from your son because of me. I'm not walking away because of you. I'm walking away because of him. He let his wife humiliate you. He walked away. He's been lying to her for years about where the money comes from. And he only cares now because it's gone. What's going to happen to them? I don't know. And I don't care. That wasn't entirely true. I did care. But I cared more about Sophia. Thursday morning, Bradley called again. Gerald, I need to tell you something. I made a mistake. What kind of mistake? Marcus called me yesterday. asked why the payments stopped. I told him you'd canceled them. That part was fine. But then he pushed me, asked if it was permanent, if there was any chance you'd reconsider. I said something I shouldn't have. I told him you hadn't ruled out a conversation, that the door might not be completely closed. My stomach dropped. Bradley, I know. I'm sorry. I was trying to soften it. But Marcus told Vanessa, and she took it as an opening. She's been pushing him hard to confront you before you make up your mind. She wants him to go to your house, force the issue. She thinks if Marcus shows up in person, you'll fold. She thinks I'll fold. That's what Marcus said she said. Gerald, I turned a clean break into a negotiation. I'm sorry. It's fine. It's not. I changed the terms without asking you. What it means, I said, is that whatever happens next, she'll think she pushed it there. She'll think she won. Does that change anything for you? No. But it changes how Marcus is going to walk through my door. We hung up. I sat there for a few minutes. Then my phone rang. Vanessa. I answered. What? You son of a bitch. Her voice was shaking. You've been paying for everything? For 6 years? And you never told me? I told Marcus. What he chose to tell you was his decision. He lied to me. He let me think he was taking care of us. And the whole time it was you. That's between you and him. No, it's between you and me. You made my husband look like a failure. You made me look like an idiot. I didn't make Marcus look like anything. He did that himself. And you made yourself look like something far worse when you grabbed my wife and ordered her around like a servant. I didn't. Yes, you did. And Marcus let you. So I'm done. No more rent, no more daycare, no more insurance. You want to live like you're rich? Figure out how to pay for it. We're going to lose everything. Then you better get a better job, or move somewhere cheaper, or ask your surgeon daddy for help. I hung up, blocked her number. But what I didn't know yet was that Vanessa had already made her decision, and it only gets worse from here. Before I tell you what happened next, I need to ask you something. If your own son showed up at your door after his wife demanded a divorce because of what you did, what would you say to him? Would you help him? Or would you stand your ground? Because what Marcus said when he walked through that door changed everything. And I'm still not sure I made the right choice. Marcus showed up at my house Friday night. Didn't call, didn't text, just showed up. Rang the doorbell. Sophia answered. He walked past her without saying hello. Dad, he said. His voice was flat, exhausted. We need to talk. I was in the living room, reading. I set the book down. So talk. Vanessa wants a divorce. I didn't say anything. She says I lied to her, humiliated her, made her look like a fool in front of her family and friends. She's filing next week. Okay. Okay? That's all you have to say? What do you want me to say, Marcus? You lied to your wife for 6 years. You let her believe you were supporting your family when you weren't. That's on you. I was trying to protect her. From what? The truth? From feeling like we weren't good enough, like I wasn't good enough. His voice cracked. She comes from money, Dad. Her family has everything. I didn't want her to think I was a failure. So you lied. I just didn't tell her where the money was coming from. I thought eventually I'd make enough to cover it myself, and then I'd tell you I didn't need help anymore, and she'd never have to know. But you never made enough. No. And now she knows. Yes. We sat in silence. Sophia was in the kitchen. I could hear her moving around, trying to give us space. Besides, Marcus said, quieter now, we've been fighting for 2 years, Dad. The money was just the reason she was looking for. If it wasn't this, it would have been something else. Maybe, but it was this. Dad, I need you to talk to her. Tell her it wasn't my idea, that you insisted on helping, that I didn't want to take the money but you forced me. No. Why not? Because it's not true. I offered. You accepted. You chose not to tell your wife. Those are your choices, not mine. Marcus stood up, started pacing. You're really going to let my marriage fall apart because of this? I'm not letting anything happen. You created this situation, you and Vanessa. I'm just not cleaning it up for you anymore. What about Amelia? You're willing to destroy her family? That one hit. I felt it, but I didn't let it show. Amelia will be fine. Kids survive divorce all the time. What she won't survive is growing up watching her mother treat people like garbage and her father doing nothing about it. Vanessa isn't that bad. Marcus, she grabbed Sophia by the arm and ordered her to clean your floor, like she was a maid. And you walked away. I didn't know what to say. You could have said, don't talk to her like that. You could have said, apologize. You could have said anything. But you didn't. You just left the room. Marcus stopped pacing, looked at me. What do you want from me? I want you to be a man who stands up for the people who matter. I want you to be someone who doesn't let his wife humiliate his stepmother. I want you to be honest. But it's too late for that now. So that's it? You're just done with me? I'm done subsidizing your life. What happens to our relationship is up to you. Marcus stared at me for a long moment. Then he walked to the door, stopped, turned around. She's taking Amelia, he said. Vanessa. She's moving back to Atlanta, taking Amelia with her. I'm going to see my daughter maybe twice a year if I'm lucky. Then fight for custody. With what money? I can barely afford rent now. I can't afford a lawyer. Ask your sister. Diana's good with money. Maybe she can help. Diana hates Vanessa. Diana has good judgment. Marcus left, slammed the door behind him. Sophia came into the living room, sat down next to me. Are you okay? No. Do you regret it? I thought about it. No, but I wish it didn't have to be this way. Sophia was quiet for a moment. Then she said, He's your son, Gerald. I know. And Amelia is your granddaughter. I know that too. So what are you going to do? Nothing. Because if I step in now, nothing changes. Marcus goes back to lying. Vanessa goes back to treating you like you don't matter. And I go back to pretending it's fine. But Amelia is 5 years old. She won't remember this. She'll grow up. She'll be fine. Will you be fine? I didn't answer. The next week dragged. Marcus moved out of the house, into a studio apartment on the south side of town. Cheap, small, 1 room, a Murphy bed, a hot plate instead of a stove. I know because Diana told me. She'd driven down from Denver, helped him move, came to my house afterwards. Dad, have you seen where he's living? No. It's awful. Bare walls. No furniture except a folding chair and a mattress on the floor. He can't even have Amelia there for visitation. There's nowhere for her to sleep. That's his problem to solve. Diana sat down across from me. Dad, I get why you're angry. I do. What Vanessa did to Sophia was horrible, and Marcus should have said something. But this is destroying him. He destroyed himself. Did he? Or did you help? I looked at her. What's that supposed to mean? You pulled every bit of support without warning. You didn't give him time to adjust, to find a cheaper place, to figure out childcare. You just cut him off. He had 6 years to figure it out. He had 6 years of you telling him not to worry about it, that you'd handle it. And then one day you decided you were done. No conversation, no warning, just done. He let his wife humiliate Sophia, and you let your anger destroy your relationship with your son. We sat in silence. Then Diana stood up. I love you, Dad, but you're wrong about this, and one day you're going to realize it. And by then it might be too late. She left. I sat there for a long time after she was gone, thinking about what she'd said, thinking about Marcus in that studio apartment, thinking about Amelia. But I didn't change my mind. What came next was even more devastating. 2 weeks later, Vanessa filed for divorce in Georgia. She'd already moved, taken Amelia, rented a house near her parents in Atlanta. Marcus got the papers at work, called me from the parking lot. She's asking for full custody, he said. His voice was hollow. Primary residence with her. I get supervised visitation twice a year, Christmas and summer. Supervised? She's claiming I'm financially unstable, that I can't provide a safe home for Amelia, that I abandoned my family. You didn't abandon anyone. Tell that to the judge. She's got photos of my apartment, statements from her parents about my financial situation, a letter from Amelia's daycare about the missed payments. Fight it. With what lawyer, Dad? I called 3 firms. Retainer is $10,000 minimum for a custody case. I don't have $10,000. I don't have $1,000. I didn't say anything. I know what you're thinking, Marcus said, that I should have saved money, should have been more responsible, should have told Vanessa the truth from the beginning. You're right about all of it, but that doesn't change where I am now. What do you want from me? Nothing. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for help. I just wanted you to know that your granddaughter is about to disappear from your life. and there's nothing I can do about it." He hung up. Sophia was standing in the doorway. "Gerald," I heard. She walked over, sat down next to me. "You could help him." "I could, but you won't." "No." "Why not?" "Because nothing has changed. He still won't stand up to Vanessa. He's still making excuses. He's still waiting for someone else to fix his problems. He's about to lose his daughter." "I know." Sophia stood up, walked to the window, looked out at the yard. "I never asked you to do this, to choose me over your son. I didn't choose you over him. I chose dignity over enabling bad behavior. It feels the same to me." She left the room. I sat there alone, thinking about Amelia, 5 years old, moving to Atlanta, growing up without knowing me, without knowing Sophia. But I still didn't change my mind. The divorce was finalized 4 months later. Vanessa got everything she asked for: full custody, primary residence. Marcus got 3 weekends a year: Christmas, spring break, 2 weeks in summer. Child support was set at $700 a month. Marcus could barely afford it, but he paid, every month, on time, except twice. Once in November when his car broke down, once in February when he got sick and missed a week of work. Both times Vanessa threatened to take him back to court, file a motion for contempt, reduce his visitation even further. Both times he scrambled, borrowed money from co-workers, sold things, caught up. I could have helped. One phone call to Bradley, one transfer, problem solved. But I didn't. 6 months after the divorce, Bradley called me. "Gerald, Marcus contacted me, asked if I could give him a loan, $10,000. He needs it for back child support and car repairs." "What did you tell him?" "I told him I'd have to ask you first." "Tell him no." Silence. "Gerald, he's your son." "I know. He's drowning." "I know that too." "And you're just going to let it happen?" "Yes." Bradley hung up without saying goodbye. That night, Sophia confronted me. She'd found out somehow. Maybe Bradley called her. Maybe Marcus did. I don't know. "You said no," she said, standing in my office doorway. "Yes. Because of me. Because of him. Because of the choices he made." "Gerald, this has gone too far." "Has it? Or has it gone exactly as far as it needed to? He's your son." And he stood there and watched his wife grab your arm, watched her treat you like you were nothing, and he walked away. "I've forgiven her for that." "Well, I haven't, and I haven't forgiven him." Sophia left. Didn't argue. Didn't try to change my mind. Just left. And I sat there, in my office, alone, thinking about Marcus, about Amelia, about the $317,000 I'd spent over 6 years, money that was supposed to help them build a life, money that was gone, and had bought me nothing but this: a son who wouldn't speak to me, a granddaughter I'd never see again, a wife who looked at me differently now, but I'd made my choice, and I was living with it. A year passed, then 2, then 3. Marcus settled into his life. Studio apartment, job he hated, 3 visits a year with Amelia. Vanessa remarried. Pediatric surgeon, big house in Buckhead. Amelia started calling him Dad. I know because Diana told me. She keeps tabs, sends me updates I don't ask for. Marcus tried to reach out once, called on my birthday, left a voicemail. "Dad, it's Marcus. I know we haven't talked in a while. I just wanted to say happy birthday and to tell you that I'm sorry for everything, for not standing up to Vanessa, for lying about the money, for all of it. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just wanted you to know." I didn't call him back. Sophia asked me why. I told her I didn't have anything to say. That was a lie. I had plenty to say. But saying it would mean opening a door I'd decided to keep closed. 3 years have passed since that Sunday. Sophia is different now. Quieter, more careful around people, like she's waiting for someone to tell her she doesn't belong. I did that, not Vanessa. Me. Marcus has nothing. A studio apartment, a job he hates, a daughter he barely sees, and I have Sophia, and the knowledge that I protected her dignity. But I don't have my son, and I don't have my granddaughter. The money sits in accounts, earning interest, going nowhere. I thought about setting up a trust for Amelia, for college, for when she turns 18. But Vanessa would control it until then. and I can't stomach that. Diana visited last month. We had dinner. Afterwards, she said, "Dad, do you think you'll ever talk to Marcus again?" I don't know. Do you want to? I thought about it. I don't know that either. She was quiet for a moment. He's miserable, you know. I know. But late at night, when Sophia is asleep and I'm alone in my office, I think about that phone call. The one where Marcus told me Amelia was moving to Atlanta. I think about the choice I made, to let it happen, to not step in. I think about whether protecting Sophia's dignity was worth losing my granddaughter. And I still don't know the answer. I have one photo of Amelia, from her 7th birthday. Diana sent it. Amelia is wearing a princess dress, smiling. She doesn't look like Marcus anymore. She looks like Vanessa. I keep the photo in my desk drawer. Don't look at it often. When I do, I feel something. Not regret exactly, just loss. I looked at it this morning. She's 8 now. I haven't seen her since she was 5. I closed the drawer and got back to work. If this story hit you the way it hit me, subscribe to the channel. There are more stories like this one, and trust me, you'll want to hear them. And see that video on your screen right now? Click it, because that story is just as intense as this one, maybe even more. Thanks for listening.